comes from Steve Gelbs.
Hey, Luis. First of all, what are your thoughts on that dust up between Alvarado and Dom Smith?
I mean, well, apparently that he takes us back at home when Conforto got hit. I can't recall the exact date on the game. That I believe that Don said something from the dugout, and Alvarado answered back. So things didn't escalate anywhere. And it was a big part of the game, second and third, 2 outs, and I thought the emotions took over. And Dom's walking back to the dugout. I thought Alvarado was instigating a little bit, and that's what led things to escalate at the moment. It's not the first time we've seen a scene like that in baseball. I'm glad things got contained. I thought the umpires handled it really well. Everyone got back to their dugouts, and we kept going.
You said that you thought Alvarado was instigating a little bit. Did you think he was out of line there?
Yes. I mean, you get your punch out. You did what you had to do. You just, you get off the field and let the game go. This is how this game is. But like once again, big spots in the game. Sometimes emotions take over. This guys, and like as I described the past incidents in New York, like it led to this to happen. But glad nothing further happened. And finishing game without any like casualty or anything like that.
Next question is from Tim Healy.
What did Alvarado say to Dom that made Dom react that way today?
Honestly, Tim, I don't know what was said exactly, but I mean, you could tell that it was instigating, trying to get his attention, trying to, start things. And that's what got Dom, turning back, turning his head back, turning and walking towards him. And then, next thing you know, both of the benches are clear. We're meeting at home plate. So, but as far as like what it was said exactly, I don't know what it was said.
On the strikeout that scored 2 runs, McCann initially went in the wrong direction, and that led to, I think, Stroman starting to pursue the ball, but then not. Should Stroman have been at the plate for that second run?
Yeah, I'll have to look at the timing. I know, so it was a cross-up on the sign sequencing, and it was the ball went this way, and I thought he hit McCann somewhere, and he went in another direction. So he looked towards his left because he thought it went this way. The runner from second was moving on the swing by the pitcher with 2 strike 2 outs, and when McCann was late because he couldn't find the ball where it was. At that point, usually the pitcher points where the ball is, and that's where the catcher finds it, and you can prevent from something like this to happen. But I think the miscommunication in the sign, it kind of like paused us in that moment to do what we needed to do fundamentally. I mean, because the cross-ups are going to happen, the pass balls are going to happen, and we just need to recompose and make sure that we do what's next. And so pointing at the ball either side, and then the catcher finds it, and then you can cover it and maybe prevent the 2 runs from scoring at that time.
Thank you.
Your next question comes from Justin Toscano.
Hey, Luis. What happened on that Castro walk with Hoskins, and then they looked like they kind of had some words? What happened from your vantage point?
Well, yeah, I just think it's a little more of what happened the inning before. Is the first righty, and I gotta talk about the weather here and how it was today. Windy, cold, and the feel for the ball wasn't probably the greatest. And Castro's is linger, and he throws really hard. He's a power pitcher, and his ball was running arm side a little bit. So the 2-0 fastball sinker, and then the 3-0 fastball sinker ran arm side, and they were close to Hoskins. So maybe from the incidents in the inning before, I thought that we were trying to hit him or something, which is not the case. And I thought after the wall there was a little bit of a stare down, and that's what got Castro heated up, because he didn't like that. He reacted to it. But he was able to calm down and finish the inning, which was good. Like, I said it earlier, like there's a lot of emotions on the field. I'm glad like that nothing, bad happened. And we finished the game.
And Steve Cohen tweeted that Stroman left with a tight hamstring. What do you know about that? And is he going to get an MRI or anything?
Yes, he did. He left. He had some tightness in his right hamstring. Once again, like the conditions today were, it was cold. He ran the bases too. But I talked to him, and he's pretty optimistic about making his next start. But he left the game due to that. We'll keep checking him day to day, and see how he's doing, how he's responding. But I don't think the weather helped, and him running the bases when he hit the double.
Thank you.
Your next question is from Mike Puma.
Louis, did Stroman say something to you about the hamstring, or is it something you guys kind of noticed?
He said something a few innings before, and we just kept an eye on him. He kept playing with it, kind of like stretching and getting a feel for it. And then after the fifth, that's when he told us that he wasn't going to be able to go. It's too tight, and we brought in Loop for the next inning. But he happened. We believe it happened when he was running the bases more and more that he felt the tightness. But the weather didn't help. The weather did not help today.
Is this something you might keep him out of start just to be cautious, or I guess you got to wait and see what happens here?
Well, my mindset was to wait after the game and have a conversation with him and wait and see what happens. But he's, like I said, he's optimistic about making his next start. Like I went and talked to him. He's like 100% I'm making it. So, which is encouraging to hear.
Your next question is from Disha Thozar.
Hey, Luis. Do you think a confrontation like that between these two teams has the potential to carry over into the rest of the series, maybe into the rest of the season, with how often you play each other?
Well, we're division rivals. We're going to see each other a lot of times. This is not something that you want it to happen every day. We're competing out there. There's emotions. We want to win. They want to win. And there's things that happen on the field, but you don't go with that mentality into a game. We want to win tomorrow's game. And that's why, that's got to be the main focus. And there's always going to be rivalry. And I think, in our division, all those teams are our rivals, even over the other teams that we play during the season, just because we see them the most. But we can't have that mindset, Disha, because of it gets us out of focus of our task here is to win every day. That's what we got to do. Tomorrow it's our task now in hand. So that's our focus. We're gonna come in and know we have Zach Wheeler that we're gonna face, and we just got to get ready and get our offense going.
And yeah, like you just touched on it, the offense struggled with runners in scoring position again tonight. Just what did you see there?
Well, yeah, we created a couple of chances and we couldn't deliver a big hit. Dom delivered a big hit. When we scored that run, we had a big spot there, the first and third against Romero and McCann hit into a double play. But we had our chance once again. There's been games like that even though we've failed, we've been a hit away from taking over, and it happened again tonight. We talked about it before the game, and I think the guys are working really hard to get into that mode where they're gonna drive in runs, and they're gonna get better, take better at bats when that situation arises. So once again, we got to put this past us, and we're going to keep working hard to get it done.
Thanks.
Your last question, Luis, comes from Rich Catino.
Louis, the offense has been struggling, but when you look at the last three games, you got great pitching performances from both your starters and your bullpen. Does that make this 3-game stretch particularly frustrating?
Well, I mean, for me, it's I that's the one part, it makes me feel really, really good. It just a lot of good things to see that our starters are going, 5+, and our bullpen, different guys are coming in different situations and they're getting it done. The one time the offense catches up to that, and I know we made one error tonight as well. Pete made an error, but we've been playing good defense this week in the last few games. So you feel that we're about to put things together. I mean, we need our offense to catch up to the rest of the areas that are performing at that level. We can't let that be a negative and say, it's a waste. And I feel that we're going to be consistent doing what we've done good. And we just need our offense to join it, and that once we do that, I think we're going to win. We're going to start winning a lot of games. So, it's I think it's encouraging to see the guys throwing the ball the way they've been throwing it as a whole, our starters and our bullpen.